but Nicky Mons.
I started in church, classical. You are now the top. Next week, next.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that in-between gap is where you need to learn.
And it is a walk with Melkagi. Ons vat 'n loopie en 'n chill en 'n sit met the one and only Christian Bennett is in the building, my bro. Sjelle klere, moenie vir my judge. Asseblief, ek weet dis 'n ander week. Sit net ever 'n bietjie touch and I thank you. Kykie man, maar dit is regtig cool om vir jou te hê. Ek en sy het nou saam gelukkig het ek eer gehad om met jou op Arendsvlei te week. Ek het veel gesien aan prison codes back in the day. I mean, dit genoem as skollie en Habiba. But wat vat jy as gou bietjie vat ons terug in jou journey? Like where did things start for you? How was life growing up for you? And what happened for you first? Singing, acting, wat was eerste?
Well, going back, my family was, believe it or not, my family was gekant in my acting te gaan doen because you know it's not a real job, but it's a hobby. There you go.
It's fun.
But I still went out and ek het deur die vensterklub. I went to go do my shows. I started in church. Classical.
Ja.
Classical, ek is nog altyd in choirs. I'm in the Cape Town Mill Choir.
Wow.
I've been a first tenor all my life,
Wow.
second tenor, baritone, bass. At my school choir,
Sure.
I was second tenor, Transnet Choir, second tenor, Cape Town Mill Choir, first tenor.
Sure, so the singing was your first thing. Then how did you go into acting? How did that happen?
Into acting, I started doing carnivals. Ek was altyd die. Ja, nee, ek was 'n
sê
solo artist.
Okay, there's no
En-
ek kan nog solo kap.
I've always been solo.
Yeah.
And other artists het vir my begin mok. Like they did show me, say you don't have a groove and this and like no. And I made a promise. So back in the day, there was a group called Deja Vu, right? The Bleak Nuts, and I was a fan of them, but I always performed after them. I was a huge fan, and I wasn't scared to tell people, okay, I love your work, I'm a fan,
respect
and
en
yes,
so.
you check. And then I made my own Deja Vu jacket.
Ko speel.
Like, yeah.
Dit het nog 'n groep nodig hê.
Julle mok vir my, I'm part of your group now.
So weet jy, so hulle nog
Deja
vir
vu.
ons. Skep.
So daarvan af then toe kyk ek vir Cat and the Kings. I watched Cat and the Kings and my whole life went like this. I knew what I wanted to do. Then I saw Lukman Adams
No, thank you.
performing, and that triggered a lot of things. My eerste performance, TV performance, was Star Search.
What?
On Star Search, and then I created a group for the soul.
And I thank you.
Vocal harmony
For the
group,
soul.
For the soul.
Jy ko
For the soul.
speel.
We sang Donna, that oh Donna, that Richie Valens Donna. And then the bug bit me there.
Dit het aangegaan vir jou. Jy kon nie.
The first time I saw myself on TV was a klomp.
Was dit?
Was
Baie
a-
belangrik.
Ja, was a klomp. And ek kyk and I felt this, no, this is for me. I like this feeling. I love it. And then the repeat of the show came out and I watched it again. And this feeling, it just grew and grew inside me. So I told my
Ek
group,
kan so agree voel. Ek voel wat jy sê.
and I told my group, my vocal harmony group, they were sitting there and I said, guys, for where I'm going to go now, julle gaan nie kan by jou nie because I'm not going to look back. And they said, we with you on this one. And the group broke up that day of Star Search on TV because I said, I won't be able to be a part of this group because
weet nou,
I'm
the
gonna
future.
I'm gonna go now.
And look
and
at
we made a
this.
pact, and
Sure.
And we here.
Ja, Brian, jy het soveel werk gedoen. As 'n inspiration vir my ook, verstaan jy? Want ek het jou gesien daai tyd en ek sien sy kap nog steeds aan.
Yes,
Wat dink jy hou vir jou consistent, man? Wat maak vir jou of what keeps you motivated to do this every day, no matter what the challenge jy face?
Aan 'n klap.
Sure.
Ovation. Because
Amazing.
we as artists, you will feel kleiner as 'n mosterdzaad as mense die hande
is.
klap. Jy dink, ek kry dit hy
Yes.
warm.
Is ek goed genoeg nie, maar dit is
Dan begin jy as ek sal maar self klap man. Wat gaan aan met julle?
Is dit 'n solo artist?
Yes,
Yes, and I thank you.
You give it. So
Amazing.
the hande klap agterna en that small boy that comes to you or small girl that comes to you and say in fact they know your full name.
Hy sê wie, né?
You that was experience. I'm a very emotional babe. That was experience last year. I
Yeah.
was down and out.
Yes.
It wasn't a lekker tyd nie. And I walked up Main Road in Plumstead and there was this homeless guy.
Sure.
And he looked at me, but is soos mense sal sê sorry dat ek die terminologie gebruik.
Yeah.
Mense sê is mal
Yeah.
because hy praat saam homself,
Yes.
shooting planes
Yes.
and whatnot. And he looked at me and said, Christian Bennett. And I was like, wow, guy, you know my name?
What?
Like, yes, I know your name. Ek was hier al my hele lewe lank op die pad nie.
Jo.
And I'm like, okay. And we started speaking. En die man, en hy sê vir my, I know, ek weet mense sê ek is mal. Maar ek bly alleen op die straat, saam wie moet ek praat?
Jo.
So I'm speaking to myself. Vir hulle lyk dit ek praat saam met
Sê hy
iemand.
vir jou?
Yes, this is the conversation we're having. And then I started my soup kitchen. I've got a soup kitchen. Ek sit dit nie op social media nie.
Ja, wanneer
nothing
word
like
gesê
that.
dis weet van daai nie.
And it's a good thing.
But that's amazing. Because you're not
Because-
doing it for that reason.
Yeah, but because then it's going to defeat the purpose of community work
Exactly.
or job. So if you
Exactly.
put it out there, it's not community anymore. It's,
Sure.
Stop it, relax.
Sure, dankie dat jy daai share.
And I went home that day and I made 200 roties. I made 200 roties. I sold 100 with that money to maak ek nog roties in next week.
Skerp.
So I took the other 100 roties and I went down the main road as Habiba. So I het my
Ek wil
klere
ook met Habiba nou praat. Nou gat is daar.
So ek het my klere aangetrek as Habiba en ek het roeties gaan uitdeel net vir die mense daar in die pad en hulle noem vir Habiba in Plumstead Main Road Mother Teresa.
Ons sê ernstig.
Yes, en then ek het 'n stage gebou. En die homeless ladies daar in die pad and they helped building and I called the stage Hope. So whenever people perform on that stage, it's called a stage called Hope.
Ja, dat is diep my bro. Jy wilde vir my emotional maak hier, but ek is oor dit. Ek wil praat oor Habiba man. What was the inspiration? Lady Gabz, by the way. For nou. Wat was die inspiration?
Vrou laat ek gou
Ha,
net vir jou
hoe jare
vertel.
by Skodia.
Laat ek gou net vir
Kodja.
jou vertel as die jou
Okay,
weet jy
ja,
okay
ja.
morning dat klink. Miel is lekker om vir jou te jare lyk mooi
Is jy tevrede?
Nee ek like nice. As jy opgestaan het. Maar anyway, daai is belangrik. You look beautiful. You're so gorgeous vrou. Moenie vir my Habiba noem hè.
Is dit?
No.
Nou, maar ek tog hy sien jou naam.
Dit was
Thank you.
I'm hip, I'm young. Ek is soos julle
As jy nie oud is.
moenie laat ons die kameras hier opbreek.
Ja, nee.
My inspiration was Christian Bennett. Nee, ek lieg. Imagine. So, ja, dis inspiration van het gekom van Habiba is all the strong woman in my life. Because mense sal vir Christian Bennett iets sê and he won't say anything back. But hulle dink twee keer om vir Habiba iets te sê. Because they know she comes and
Habiba,
she
kom
comes.
hier. Ek het nou sommer gefeel het ook, want ek wil amper nou die show gekat het.
Sy kom nie met 'n laggie
Ja, sy
because
kom nie met 'n
sy
laggie.
represent al die sterk vrouens in my lewe. So sy's 'n gedeelte van Habiba is my ma.
Sure.
Is my sister, Skollie Philander's mother.
Sure.
a big part of Habiba is Solly Philander as well.
Sure.
Because he is one of the strong people. There was a time I went through a dip in my life, and Solly was the one that said, you know what, let's do this. And my improv skills, because Solly is actually one of Cape Town's best improv artists.
What?
And it took me 11 years. It took me 11 years in Solly's life for my exams. My exam happened live on stage in the Grand West Theatre. We had a show we did there for 8 weeks. And Habiba she had to improvise through all the shows for 120 minutes.
Don't
she had to
lie.
improvise.
2
every
hours?
Night. Yes, every night.
So you're feeling it. It's not just whatever happens, happens.
Yes, every night. Solly's was scripted, mine wasn't. And it was sold out for 8 weeks. And the last aan, I knew Solly was up to something. Because ek het gesien, jammer vir dit, hy het 'n lang bier ingesmokkel by Grand West Casino. And I didn't know why. Because I drink die bier. And the show went on, but die show klaarmaak, then Solly came out as one of his characters, Khadija.
Hello, and I thank you.
And he gave it to me. He messed me up, and then I went back. Came back as Habiba. Then it was a match. So that show
Brilliant
went
stuff.
over time by 37 minutes. We improvised 37 minutes on stage. And
Off each other?
Yes. After that, the skiet Solly die bier op and say, I'm proud of you. Geluk.
Oh,
That was my exam.
Ik het dit ook nie maklik gehad hoor, maar sy kap nog aan. Yo
Dit sal
guys,
altyd
Christian
altyd
Bennett
aankom.
in the building. It's a walk with Mel. Ek like jy breakfast. Vir alles het so lekker gaan. Wil ek jou breakfast? Maar chill. Follow so lank in the meantime op social media. It's coming up right now. We're taking a break back in a few seconds. Hello.
Ek wil net 'n dedications maaf gou. Ek wil net 'n dedications en 'n shout-out stuur vir my mense wat almal vir my ken aan buite en vir aard gaat die ons op aan buite en was die skoro goed as mami by huis kon.
Wat sommer die show oor.
Assalamu alaykum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Ja. En ek wil net nog baie dankie sê. Wag, ek kan net nou eers ek
Thank
wil
you
net
so
okay
much,
fine, ek wil
guys.
net baie dankie sê vir Mel.
Thank you man.
B
Ons net 'n break. Ons kom nou weer terug.
okay.
Maar net 'n break. Dankie Nat. Dankie Habibs. Okay.
Oh.
Sorry. Thank you.
Somebody's getting it, somebody's getting my love. Somebody's getting it,
And we are back people. Soos julle nog gesien het, dit was eintlik 'n break, maar Habiba voel toe. Dit is 'n breakie. Sy wil goed vir almal 'n shout-out
Kyknet.
Ja. But
die
welcome
Kyknet
back
mense.
people. If you just joined us, Christian Bennett is in the building. And I mean, sy sê nou al so lekker goed. Hulle is altyd vir my. Mense weet nooit actually die backstory nie man. En dit is baie cool om altyd te hoor van my ook as 'n artist, fellow artist, as 'n school om inspiration te kry. En ek onthou dit was vertel van Noem skollie en hoe dit eintlik gebeur het en dat jy part was van die audition proses. Jy het gehelp met dit. Vat ons goed terug. Noem skollie.
Okay. Nou gaan ek jou terugvat na 2005.
Sure.
2004.
Heavy.
Where I met Uncle John W. Fredericks for the first time. It was Lower Main Road. It was called CRED, Creative Education with Kids at Risk. And I was there.
Sure.
And this gentleman sitting in the corner with his cap
Yes.
looked at me and he said, Quincy, gaan jy vandag saam Poolsmoor toe? Because we did shows in Poolsmoor.
Sy moet dit doen nou nie. Ek kan mos nie nou nie. Okay, wat aan?
So we did 15-minute shows cell to cell.
Okay.
So al wat ek gehad by my was 'n laken. Right, this is our backdrop. So en dan sit ons die laken op binne in die holding cell en die prisoners
What?
in die cel. So nou doen ons 'n 15-minute show vir hulle because the others is nou jaloers langs and because they can hear what's going on. So I had to do 15-minute shows and I did it for about 6 months. I did Poolsmoor prison and I did Mossel Bay prison. With that. En daar het Uncle John vir my die eerste, ek gaan 'n movie maak. Ek gaan 'n movie maak. Ek gaan 'n movie maak. My ding se naam is Noem skollie. That is where I heard it for the first time.
What?
Now, this is the reason why he made me a second assistant casting director. I went in, I came there for this role of AB.
Ja.
And I haven't seen this man.
Van hy dit af.
Yes, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him
Maar
since
ik ga
that
op sy
time.
woord, né?
I walked in and then he said, hier kom hy. I said, hier kom hy. After my audition, toe sê hy my, kyk, ons soek nou al vir hoe lang soek ons al nou die vier jong ladies, die young mans. Nou ek weet, sy gaan dit kry, man. And I went out there,
Toe stuur hy vir jou uit.
I did about, can be 32 to 40 schools.
So you went into the community.
Yes, I did. I went to schools. That is where I found Austin Rose.
Sure.
At this school, and I saw this lady, and he said, he's gonna do this part. And I said, there's one way you're gonna do this part. As jy matriek klaar maak.
Yo.
And this was in his class. In his class, we had this conversation. And quite interesting, Uncle John het saam met my gegaan en Ephraim Gordon was ook saam geweest. So we went to Mannenberg. En daar is die gangetje, is 'n Wendy house in die huis, maar daar's 'n gangetje. En die ouens rook, hulle het gerook daar agter. Nou sê Ifie al klaar, my bro. Weet? So we went in and die mense wat ek ontmoet het.
Yo.
Kyk, this
Characters.
is I'm not talking about just characters. I'm talking about
mense.
this is the real deal. Yeah, this is
Dis nie 'n grap nou.
yeah, this is not your tattoo
hoor jou.
gangsterisms
Nee,
and
ek
what.
weet waarvan jy
This is
praat.
other levels.
Dis OG.
Because as hulle jokes maak, dis like wow. Don't stop it. But back to Noem skollie en ek het die young ones gekry.
Sure.
I've worked with them, I trained them. I still have the auditions though.
Wow.
And before that, before Noem skollie, I did Papa Wag vir jou. Now Papa Wag vir jou, no one knows this. I also went into the community with
Sien
Papa
jy
Wag
mense
vir
weet
jou.
dit nie. Ja.
I trained both of them. I trained both Papa Wag vir jou. I was on the set. I directed them on the set.
Sure.
I drove, ek het hulle by die huis gehaal, gedrop, all of that. And Papa Wag vir jou se auditions was hectic.
What?
Because everyone wanted to be a film star or a star.
Ek weet-
As hy nou uit die tronk uitgekom het,
Jy-
ek kan poetry skryf van die en die en die. So it was underground.
Sure.
The auditions was underground by the city hall in town.
Ja.
Underground. So when I got there, it was the peace. It was peace in the gang
Yeah.
world. So now we're underground with all these gangsters from Bella, Mannenberg,
Oh my
Ravensmead,
word.
almal in een space.
Really?
So at any time anything
kan
can
niks
happen.
gebeur.
Enige iets.
En jy's daar.
I'm there. So now the lunch was this. So now everyone's sitting and like, my bro, sien jy daai bra, sien net hy met sy sweet oplig. Sien net hy met so, hy was ek. Like, whoa, it was that type of talk, but daarvan af het ek so baie gevat. Do you know how they had to contain themselves?
What?
They had to
Maar hulle
contain- They must. So even op die set van Four Corners.
Yes.
That first scene, it's real people.
Ek
I
kon
was the
sien-
agent.
ek kon sien.
So I opened up an agency for extras. So as jy die tronk uitkom, then I train you. Acting,
Hy
this,
is
that,
dope,
that.
Christian.
And I was responsible for, I think, 30 prisoners
What?
that I trained.
Hy is nie grappie hoor.
Yeah, and I've trained them for that specific scene.
Amazing.
So, yeah,
Jy
I
weet
loved
jy.
it.
Ek het sy is van Prison Codes af reg, die is jy nog net daai guy.
Dis
Maar
kom-
ek is kwaad dat jy werk met hulle man en jy help hulle, jy gee vir hulle hoop volgens die stage. #hope jy my op plek.
Yes, yes.
Wat sal jy sê wat sal jy wil terugbring van back then? If you look at back then how things were to now.
Wat ek sal like om van back in the day
Ja.
om nou to upskill our children in a different way. Almal het vir ons, almal wil die glitz en die glamour
Yes.
front of the camera. No one taught us the business behind the camera. So if we knew that back then,
Is oor en uit.
exactly.
Is oor en uit.
So-
Is nie nog production companies.
So teach our children not to be in front of the camera and teach our children how to handle their fame, because
Sure.
sometimes that fame gets too much. Like for instance, you win this competitions. I'm not counting me. These
Yeah.
some competitions. No wins it overnight. You a star. You
the
can't
field.
handle it. So now you go into this and
I
that
got you.
and that and that. So teach our children how to handle their fame and teach them how to control and get their branding,
Sure.
branding out there.
Marketing.
Teach them how to market themselves.
The business side of things.
They are the business.
They-
You
as you
are
was-
the
as you
business.
mark- yes, yes.
Exactly.
Your
So,
last performance especially.
so
is
if
good to
if
step.
if we knew that 20 years ago,
Would have changed the game.
everything.
Amazing. Sê my gou 'n balance jy moet doen kom comedy. Ek gaan nou daar ook ingaan. Jy doen vir Habiba, you do acting, you do singing. How do you balance doing it all?
How do I balance it all? You just have to.
Ja,
Because
ek
our
feel
industry,
jou man het uit. Maar jy's 'n improv guy, so I mean, it's not like
our industry is vicious. If you don't find that balance, as jou eie ding.
sê maar aanbeweeg.
Da-
Want jy moet replace.
Most, because I'm gonna say it now. There are people out there that that's thinking that actors are disposable.
Sure.
And first of all,
Baby.
we are human beings. Come on.
eerste.
Yeah, also we're
Eerste
human
is jy human
beings.
beings.
It's you are now the top. Next week, nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that in between gap is where you need to learn. We as actors also we never out of work,
True. You always working.
even if you at
Ja,
home.
I know what you mean. En jy moet werk aan jouself.
Here you go.
Heeltyd.
Shape that
Ek is
diamond.
oor dit. Ons praat gou 'n bietjie oor die comedy voor ons die show oprap. Bietjie oor die comedy. I mean, ek het net te veel gevra randomly. Het jy al hoe lank doen jy comedy want jy is op dit, maar jy sê jy improvise meeste van jou.
Yeah,
En ek kon dit nie glo nie. I was like, nee man.
I've never written down a line of Habiba ever.
Sure.
Ever. What she says is what she says then and there.
And your training for that was with
Life.
ja, amazing. Wat sal jy sê is die visie vir jou as 'n artist? No. What's the vision for you?
To become the proud owner of my own company and open a company where I can not do auditions to evaluate that you are good enough for this. Not that type of thing. It's like you come to me, I'll help you. Let's build your skill.
Sure.
Let's build your skill. All I want at the end of the day is when you go up that stage and you get your award, I don't want you to say, and I want to thank Christian Bennett.
Bennett, yeah.
No. What you do is, I want to thank me for going through all of this. And here I am. I want to say thank you to each and everyone in front of me.
Sure. Volgens jy doen dit vir die regte redes.
Yes.
Social media, waar kan die mense veel vang? Jy, ek hoef nie dit wys te vra nie want jy doen hulle heeltyd. Ek vat nou heeltyd by
Lekker.
social media. Where can people catch you?
Waar mense vir my kan vang is op 'n tokkie level.
But vang my.
My naam, Christian Bennett, Facebook, Christian Bennett Actors, my page. Then Habiba has her own Instagram account. She's Lady Gabz. Then my Instagram account is Christian Bennett _ there's lots of things that's gonna come up.
It's still coming. And this year, what's next for you for this year that people can maybe look out for? Moet hulle vir jou follow? Wil jy nie te veel weggee nie?
Follow vir my.
Follow out of jou. En die laaste vraag wat ek wil vra is,
Bennett.
highlight Bennett, ja.
Bennett Empire.
Bennett en I thank you. Want ek weet jy my klere ook is nog daar kom. Ons kon nog daar en I thank
yes.
you. Highlights in your journey. Vandag voor ek oprek. Vir jou.
Highlights on my journey.
So far, ja.
I'm sitting next to you on a couch in the house of Terry Fortune with Lukman Adams
Sure.
in the next room. So I think this is a highlight. And up until this moment, I've achieved what I said I was going to do.
Sure.
I'm in this man's house.
Daar kiel ze mij nou op.
And
Ik
you,
ga nou,
yeah.
ik ga nou die, ik ga nou even stil voor mijn next interviews. Ik ga een interview doen. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. We're wishing you all of the best. People, please follow this guy. Christian Bennett is in the building. It's a walk with Mel.
And may I say something before?
Please.
Please, please, please. This is a strong woman. She's out here. She's graphing. She's in the field. Respect all artists.
Sure.
Respect this woman and because she respects y'all and the art.
Wow, kilo. Dan. Ik is klaar. Ik ga niet. Ik wil niet.